Hello, everyone. I am Peaceful Nik the Medium. I'm a scientist and I'm a medium, and I am on a quest to show that science proves mediumship is real. I've started a series here to display certain things like non-locality, quantum entanglement, etc. These are all things that scientists use to prove that mediumship is real. Hello, everyone who's joining. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Patty. Hi, Sue. Hi, Catherine. Hello, hello. Diego, Wild Winged Dove. Hello. Patty Joe, Brianna, Cordy. Hello, hello. Ashley, it's so nice to see you all here. I'm forever. Oh, thank you. It's the filter. It's always the filter and the lighting. I like to be open and honest about that. Everybody looks beautiful with a filter, right? That was my southern drawl. I am going to do some readings tonight and answer some questions. I'm forever in a fight with the algorithm on this app to, get back in it. I finally, I was looking at my my statistics or whatever is in there, and I had in the last 30 days, even though it's like, you got a new follower. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy you're all here. It's wonderful to see so many people joining. And it said I had 2 net followers in 30 days. I'm like, how is that possible? And then there's a bunch of people that I know I never followed that I'm following. So I just unfollow them, like a bunch of random big accounts that I would have never followed. And it didn't happen once, it happened multiple times. Thank you for sharing the live. Yes, please share the live. Hey, Wendy. Hi, everyone. Kathy and I, Certified Medium Kathy's on here. We have a spirit exchange, and we have just a couple of openings for our May 9th gallery. It's only $25 for 90 minutes with 2 mediums. And we give away prizes at the end. And that's May 9th. And if you go on either of our websites, my website's right there. If you go on either of our websites, click the a la carte booking, and it's only $25. And it's a great, we're getting wonderful reviews from our clients from that, from our first spirit exchange. So thank you everyone for being here. I just posted a video because I'm on the constant quest to prove that science proves mediumship is real. I just posted a video about quantum entanglement. And there's been a lot of new information about quantum entanglement recently, where they take photons of light, and photons of light are just energy. All energy can be considered light in the electromagnetic spectrum. So you can take one photon of light and another photon of light and entangle them, and they will do the opposite of each other. So if you make one a plus, the other one's going to automatically be a minus. And then you can move them apart, and you change the minus to a plus, and automatically, instantaneously, the plus becomes a minus. You move them further and further and further and further apart, the same thing happens. So this is part of how we know mediumship is real, because our mind is running on energy. Our soul is energy. Our soul is non-local. That was the video I think I posted yesterday. Our soul is non-local to our brain. And so we have these quantum entangled energies with the spirit world. And so that's how we know we can communicate with them. And I just posted a video about that. The series I'm doing now about science proves mediumship is real has some articles, in the green screen. So if you have any questions, you can always ask me. Hi, Ivory. How are you? Tonight, I wanted to talk just for a couple of minutes about chakras before I get to readings. Keep clicking like and sharing the live. and ask me any questions you want. My son and his girlfriend a few years ago gave me this wonderful chakra container with the crystals that go with it. And so I just wanted to talk. Oh, thanks, Ivory. Awesome. I'm glad you liked it. I have a whole series in my drafts. I'm just, every couple of days, I'm going to post one, especially right before I go live, because you know how, thank you, Kathy. You know, Kathy, that was muted. This app, I'm telling you. I posted a video earlier, about spirit guides, and after almost 2 hours, it had 7 views. So I erased it. I don't know what's going on. All right, so what's the chakra? What are our chakras? Does anybody know? If you know, put it in the comments. Tell me where you're from, too. Let me know where you guys are from, if you want. I mean, you don't have to. I know there's scammers on here. If you know what the chakras are, let me know. And hi, Crystal. Austin, Texas, Louisiana, Washington State. I am in Central Florida right now. Energy centers, good. Wild Winged Dove, good job. Alabama, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Kathy's on a boat. Canada, Pennsylvania. Used to live in Central Florida. Yeah, we moved here from the Bay Area in California last August. San Francisco, obviously. Yeah, I miss it. I was just thinking about how bad I miss it like a little while ago. I know it's you, Kelly. St. Louis. Cruise Hub. Yeah. I escaped after my husband's been recovering from surgery, and we went and walked around the Magic Kingdom yesterday. And it was a nice break. I've been working on my mediumship and my Mars stuff so just constantly. I needed a break. Thank you for all the shares. You're welcome. So the chakras, I only had one person say energy centers. That was Kelly, my student. What are the chakras? I'm just going to read it off here so I get it right. Throughout the body, there are 7 energy centers that are associated with physical, mental, emotional, and cosmic aspects of yourself. In Sanskrit, the word chakra translates to wheel. In Vedic and Hindu traditions, forgive me if I mispronounce these words, the chakras are associated with specific sounds, symbols, and colors. And then, why do we balance our chakras? A lot of people ask about that, balancing your chakras, clearing your chakras. Over the course of your life, your chakras can become energetically blocked or partially closed or open too wide. This can cause imbalances and disharmony in your physical, emotional, mental, and etheric bodies. So it's good to have your chakras cleared. Here's a little picture. You've all, I'm sure, seen the picture of the chakras. And then, do essential oils really help with chakras? I think essential oils can be very good for a lot of things. I believe very much in essential oils for many reasons. And I do know people who have worked in that area a lot. So I would say if you're using them properly and they are very good quality, then yes, it can help. I would say most of all, it's your mental state. More than anything. That's what I would say. Yeah, they're good. Like if you put peppermint for your sinus headache. Yep. I think I have a spirit here who's knocking on the side of my head really hard. But he's going to have to wait. So I'm going to talk about the crown chakra and amethyst. So here are the stones that came with the pack and a little baggie to put, and then this one right here. A little baggie to put them in and carry them in. Amethyst is for the crown chakra. It says 1,000-petaled lotus flower of consciousness. So it's up here. Connects the physical realm to unseen realms of guidance. So Kelly's on here. She knows I almost always wear purple. Tonight I have a dark blue on because my purples are a fabric that kind of make me sweaty. It's real humid here. We just had a big storm. The third, okay, so then amethyst goes with the crown chakra, soothes the mind, connects to higher consciousness. And so I always try to think about my crown chakra when I'm coming into my office to do my readings. I have a lot of purple around. If you're familiar with me, you know that. Sodalite clears confusion, encourages self-trust. So that would be this one, I believe. The third eye right here, center of perception, opens the mind to accept new perspectives, connects to intuitive abilities. So the third eye is associated with the pineal gland inside the brain. And so, yeah, eucalyptus. Yep. So the pineal gland inside your brain, it is been said by scientists that there are, what do you call it? I can't think of the word. I've had brain fog the past few weeks, so forgive me. I cannot think of the word, but anyway, cells that are similar to the eye, cells that are similar to what you would use to see with your eye. So the third eye, so there are some scientists that claim that. Okay, S-Bug, we'll see. Blue kyanite, which is this one right here, this little long one. That is balancing all the chakras, bringing compassionate communication. That is for the throat chakra. Supreme purity connects to space element as unity, speaking truth with self-confidence. So this is important because we need to be careful with the words we say to ourselves, most importantly, and to others. You just bought some stones today. Oh, what kind, Kristen? I would love to know. And then we have green aventurine, which encourages kindness. So this is for the heart chakra. Hi, Carrie. Green aventurine encourages kindness. It protects the heart chakra. The heart chakra is steady flow of a bell-like resonance within the heart, connects to the air element as thoughts, heart and mind connection. And then we have yellow jade. This is yellow jade here. And that is the chakra, the solar plexus chakra, so right under the heart. That is inner city of jewels, connects to the fire element as a form of transformation, invites abundance into life. Yellow jade releases emotions and dreams. Oh, I should put that under my pillow. Inspires ambition towards goals. I have, does anybody here, oh, that's wonderful that you have an aura light. Does anybody here have dreams? I've been having a little problem lately, and I'd love your opinion. First of all, I always have a billion dreams a night. It's like I never actually sleep. And I have been not sure if I'm asleep or awake a lot the past couple weeks. I don't know if it was the eclipse energy, but like when I'm falling asleep, I'm not sure if I'm actually asleep. And when I'm like in the morning waking up, I'm not sure if I'm asleep or awake. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's the eclipse. Maybe I'm astral traveling. I'm not sure what's happening. Cornelian is this one here, I believe, because it's in order. Carnelian, sorry. Eases feelings of fear or grief, increases creativity. It's for the sacral chakra, which is further down below in the belly button, like by the belly button. And it is the sacred inner self or one's own abode, connects to water element as flow of emotions illuminates destiny. And then red jasper for the root chakra. Helps find positive solutions. The root chakra is down at the very bottom, like the bottom of your tailbone. Root of existence connects to earth element as a form of stability and safety. So people say, so if you want to screenshot this, if you don't have this already, if you want to screenshot and then flip it. People say if you want to be grounded, sit on the ground so your root chakra is touching the ground. That's one way to ground. I don't know what. Somebody was muted and I don't know what they're saying. Okay. Kristen got blue calcite and blue kyanite today. I was in a blue mood. An actual blue mood like you're sad, or just a mood to buy blue? I've had this issue for 1 or 2 nights, but it goes away. I think I'm sleeping, but I feel conscious. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening to me, Chelsea. I just am not, it's very frustrating. I've been mood to buy blue. Okay. I've been getting plenty of exercise the past 4 or 5 days, doing a lot of stuff, being very busy. Catherine says the same. Okay, good. I'm so glad it's not just me, because I'm like, am I losing my mind? Do I need to see a doctor? Because there's no reason for me not to, okay, Patty Joe says the same. There's no reason for me not to be tired enough to go to sleep. I mean, I am doing a lot. Same for Jessica. I'm doing a lot of different stuff. I'm exercising. My body's getting plenty of physical activity. You know, sometimes when you have like a couple of rest days and you're just kind of laying around, you don't get tired at night. Jane, I know I need to slow down and take care of myself. I take naps and I take rests, and I'm doing as much as I can. Hubby goes back to work Monday from after his cancer surgery, so that will give me a lot of time to just be. Monday, I'm not doing nothing. Monday during the day. So I can just regroup. It's when you're at home with somebody for a month straight and they're recovering, and he's very sweet and kind and loving and not any trouble at all, but it's just a lot. But he's free of cancer now, so I'm very, very happy about that. I feel very tired leading up to bed. Sometimes when I'm overtired. Yeah. And I've had insomnia a long time. And, I don't know. I guess it'll pass, whatever it is. It's probably stress. I'm sure of it. So I'm going to... Oh, thank you. 10,000 likes. Drink sleep tea. Yeah, Yang, but then I'll be up going to the bathroom. And that won't be good. Astral traveling scares me because of that movie about it. I don't know that I've seen that movie. Let me know what that is. So let me see if that person who hit me in the side of the head a few minutes ago is still here, because I feel like it's a male. S-Bug, are you still here? Let me know. Okay, so let me get the evidence and see. So normally I go straight to a person with a name, but sometimes, occasionally, a spirit comes through. And let me just see if he's still here, because now I'm having trouble getting him. He's saying I'm stubborn. Ooh. And I almost feel like it was metal. Yeah, valerian root is wonderful. I actually love that. Okay, so let me know. Okay, male hit in the head with what looks like a metal object. It was almost like a swinging object. It's hard to. Hi, Carol. Oh, and while we're waiting for the comments, I'll be live on YouTube with the Can Astrologer at 6 Eastern tomorrow night on my YouTube channel. I'm almost to 1,000 people there. I'm so excited. Not for me, but that's okay. Okay. And then who else? Your mom, I don't remember what your name was from last night. If it's not for you guys, I'll just ask this person to go away and I'll go straight with a name. Bridget, okay. Bridget, does this male? Okay. Sometimes they just pop in. Yang, that's how your friend died. Was it a male? Let me know if it's a male. Yes. Okay, then I'm here for you. Okay, please hold comments while I read for Yang. Thank you for taking that. And thank you, Kathy, for putting in the chat. I almost feel like he was at work or at a place where he should have had. I almost feel the scene I'm seeing, and oh, thank you for the reminder. Can I bring you on screen, Yang? I don't know if I can invite you. No, I can't invite you. Oh, yeah, I can. If you don't want to on, you can. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, how are you? Yeah, you don't
Good.
have to show your camera if you don't want. Okay, this is much easier. Kathy, thank you. And I complimented Kathy last night because I was almost done doing all my readings and I had forgotten to ask. I always forget. It's so bad. Okay. Thank you, Yang. So is that your first name?
Yolanda.
Yolanda. Okay. Now, was this male friend, it looks like a building or a workplace that this happened at? Do you understand?
Yeah, it happened by a building.
By a building. Okay. So I feel like the metal swung down and hit him in the side of the head.
Yes.
Okay. And it looks like either a medium city or a big city. It looks like a city.
It wasn't really, it's not a big city. Actually it was like somebody did that to him with metal.
Oh, okay. Okay, don't tell me anything else. He's talking also about electricity. He's saying the word electricity. Do you understand why he would say that in reference to this? Or,
No, I'm
okay,
not sure.
that's okay. Sometimes we remember later. And he's talking about justice. Is his family still waiting for justice to be served?
No, but it was a long, drawn out ordeal.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Um, just so you know how I work, I draw and I write. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm just concentrating. Um, he's saying sister. So I don't know if he has a sister or if you were like a sister. Do you understand the sister reference?
Yeah, he was like my brother.
Okay, perfect. Because he's saying that, and then, oh, he's making me feel very overwhelmed. He's showing me when I see this like drawing or this like flow of writing, to me, I feel like it's a tattoo. Did you get a tattoo in his honor, or
No, he had a lot of tattoos that he drew himself.
okay, because he's having me draw these like squiggly lines. Okay, thank you. And then he's showing me a date. And I rarely ever get dates, but did any of his tattoos have a date? Like, and he's telling me four, 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 four. So something with a four, and I rarely get that. So it
I'm
must
not
be
sure.
okay. He's showing me a printed date, like a number, the dash, a number, a dash, and the numbers, like the day, month, and year, or month, day, and year. Would he have had a birthday, passing day, or month with a four, or for you, birth? Do you understand the four reference?
I have four girls.
Okay, four. He just keeps talking about four. And would they have called him uncle?
No, they just knew we were really good friends.
Okay. So they all knew him.
Yes, except for my youngest.
Okay. And then he's showing me one letter initial. So did you does your youngest have a letter initial in his honor in her name? Like one letter from his name in her name, or does somebody have
She
a
does have her middle name starts with his name.
okay, perfect. He's having me now. This is a stretch, and I don't get letters often. Letters are numbers, but I've been working on it. He's having me draw a letter C. Do you understand a letter C for any of the names?
That was my maiden name when I was younger.
Okay, thank you. Um, um, okay, he's saying he had some opinions, maybe about I don't, I'm afraid to say this because I don't know if anybody else who knows you can hear this. Um,
You're fine.
did he have opinions about maybe someone you were with at one point?
No, he had a lot of opinions about me being single. He didn't understand why I was single at the time.
Okay, because he's making me feel like he's just like I was. I don't know, but I mean, you have children, so you've been with someone,
Yes.
and he was cool with that.
Yeah.
Okay, because I feel like he's got opinions. He's just making me feel like I got a lot of opinions. I got a lot to say. Um, just know that he wants to say, and this is unusual, he forgives the person who did this to him.
Okay.
And it may be hard to hear. I've never really heard that before in a reading. Um, would you be able to verify if I gave you any information about this person who did this?
Maybe some. I don't know about names and stuff,
No, no,
but
no, it won't be a name. I just feel like there was some like bad stuff going on, maybe drugs or alcohol involved. Would you be okay?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what he's telling me. And now he's having me draw a bug or a spider. So I don't know if he would have had those tattoos or if this was something you would
Mm,
understand.
I'm not sure. He had a lot of tattoos, so it's hard to say what he had.
Okay. Okay. And then he's saying, "Did you cook him cornbread?"
Um, I don't think I ever cooked for him.
He's talking. Do you know why he would be talking about cornbread? He makes me
Maybe.
feel like Southern cooking food.
I mean, I went to a lot of his family gatherings. Maybe somebody there had cornbread.
Were 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 these? I just he's making me feel like there's cornbread and beans and like this big. Southern. Was he Southern?
Um, I don't know Oklahoma if it's southern.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess that would count. I don't really know the history of all that. Okay. Just know that um, he's around you and he's guiding you. And um, I don't know how old your youngest is, but would she have ever, I don't know if is she old enough to talk?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Um, when would she have talked to people who weren't there when she was between like age 3 and 6, if she's that old yet?
She's 9. She claims that like she feels people touch her
Hmm.
and that like the electronics and stuff in her room when she's playing goes crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's making me feel very much like he's been around, very much so. Yeah. So don't shame her or tell her you don't believe her. Let her know that yes, those are people who are just, coming around. Write it down. She probably has grown out of it by now, I would imagine.
Well, I don't think so because she just came in the other day. I guess it was about 2 or 3 days ago and told me somebody just pulled my shirt. And I was like, but I am very spiritual. And so she knows, like, we believe that, people, loved ones are around us all the time.
Okay, perfect. That's wonderful. So, as she, just allow her to communicate those things as you have been. And if she doesn't like it, just tell her to say, please don't touch my shirt. Please don't touch my body. Um, if you want to communicate with me, to have her tell them, communicate with me in a way that I feel safe, or she can just tell them to go away. It's up to her, honestly.
Yeah.
So if she feels like her boundaries are being crossed, she's allowed to say, look, you can't do that. You can't be just pulling on my shirt or whatever, whenever. So just know that he made it clear that, yeah, he's hanging out. And just know he's safe and at peace. And thank you for coming on here and letting me give you a little message from him and give you a little bit of evidence to let you know that he is still around and he is, just as present as always in your life and will
Well,
be.
thank you. He's never came through ever. And so this is crazy.
Awesome. Well, he came through. He made my head feel like I was hit with a big metal object right in the side of the head at the very beginning. So I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
glad for you.
thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Have a good evening.
You too.
Drea said, is this a free reading? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, here I am. I'm back. You need a psychic that can help things that are lost physically. Miss Molly knows. Go follow her. Miss Molly knows. You are welcome, Yolanda. Miss Molly Knows is the finder of lost items. She's famous for it. She's on TikTok and she does lives all the time. All the times. Can I type in the chat? I can reply to you. Do you have a question? I'm going to do another reading, but I have to look through the comments. Thank you guys for holding the comments. That's wonderful. All right, so let's see. I have posted I think it's my third video in my series, Science Proves Mediumship is Real. For those of you who are new here, hi, Jessica. For those of you who are new here, I am Peaceful Nik. I'm an evidential medium and I'm a scientist. So I have been on a quest to prove that science proves mediumship is real. And so I started a series. You are welcome, Patty Joe. Thank you. Let's see. Hello, Marla. Hi. Kel Casey wants to know, is my dad okay with how I'm handling his trust? So often people worry about how their loved ones feel about how they're handling their money, their estate, etc. They really don't care. They just don't want people to fight over it. But part of that fighting could be the people learning lessons. So they don't care what you do with their remains. Some families get in huge fights over, oh, they didn't want to be cremated, or they did want to be cremated, or whatever. And they get in these huge fights, and the person doesn't care because their body's going to get recycled into the dirt at some point anyway. The body is just it's a meat suit to hold your soul while you're here on this planet. So they don't really care about the money, they don't really care about the physical things, they don't care about any of that. What they care is that we learn and we grow and we love and we grow our soul to get closer to God or source, or however you define it. A vessel, that's right. Okay. Drea has a question. My grandparents' ashes are in my house and wanted to know what they do. What do you mean what they do? The ashes just sit there. Yeah, don't worry. They never care what we do with that stuff. Marie, I'm looking for my grandson Christopher. I'm new to your group. Is he in spirit? Or are you physically looking for him? Do they linger? You mean the spirits? Oh, great question. You do probably feel them sometimes, but it has nothing to do, this is for Drea, it has nothing to do with their ashes being there. Spirits can go anywhere they want, and this goes back to science and mediumship. Our soul is non-local to our brain. I posted that video on my TikTok and my YouTube and my Facebook yesterday. Our body is just a vessel. Our soul is a ball of energy that comes in and inhabits our brain. Okay. I have ashes of my brother-in-law right over there in that little brown container right there. I have ashes of my brother-in-law, and he actually gave me that little beautiful container. They can be there whether their ashes are here or they were shipped into space or buried in Argentina. It doesn't matter. Your soul, when your body dies, no matter what happens to your physical body, your soul comes out of your body as soon as it stops working, for sure, and goes to spirit. It can come and go anywhere, anytime. It can be in multiple places at once. It does not linger because the ashes are there. No, because it can go anywhere at once, anytime. The ashes don't have any correlation to where the soul goes at all. At all. And the only reason I kept those ashes was because my son, who was very close to my brother-in-law, wanted to get a tattoo with his ashes put in it. And that's the rest of his ashes were put, I won't say where, but a hurricane washed them away a week later. Not far from where you are, Kathy. And he wanted to get a tattoo with the ashes put in it, so he would always be there with him. Yeah, Drea, they'll be there. If you feel their presence, yes, you probably have mediumship abilities. I suggest you go on my YouTube channel, on my playlist Mediumship Learning, and watch some of those videos. If you feel spirits around you, we all have mediumship abilities. We all have the ability to connect to spirit. It's whether you allow it or not. Some people allow it and some people don't. I can answer all your questions if you email me. See this peacefulnikthemedium.com, just put at gmail.com, and I can send you some links and answer your questions. I teach classes about it. I have a class Saturday, actually. I do free classes. I have classes posted on my YouTube channel that are already there that you can watch. It shouldn't be scary. Being scared is just a manifestation of your own fears. Trust me, I know how that is because I used to be very scared of things like that. Chelsea wants to know about her grandma's signs. So, you say you see a monarch butterfly, and as soon as you see that monarch butterfly, your grandma pops in your head. That's your grandma letting you know she's allowing you to see that butterfly, and she's putting the impression in your mind that she's around. So whatever the sign is that you see, as soon as you think of her, especially if it's something repeated, that's a sign. My brother-in-law David, that I have his ashes over there, funny story. Every time me and my husband go anywhere, the person who helps us at a restaurant, at a store, on the phone, they're always David. Everywhere we go. We go to Starbucks, the guy in front of us is almost always David. David, and they call out the name, and he was stubborn and kind of funny, so it makes sense that he would send signs like that. So Drea, Miss Molly Intuitive, the lady that finder of lost items, Miss Molly Intuitive. I think that's what it is. Kathy, if you're still here, is that correct? She's on TikTok. She lives on a boat. She's awesome. After Kat says, after I have lost loved ones, I've been visited by deer. Close encounters. Mean like the deer walk up to you? Does this have meaning? Sure, it's a sign. They're bringing their energy close to the deer, close to you. Unless this is something that had happened like all your life before. It's unusual for a deer to walk up to a person unless they're always around people. Oh, good, Kristen. Good. Yeah, I have a bunch. I have a bunch of videos. I think I have about over 1,000 videos now. One for every subscriber almost. Yes, it is, Jessica. Yeah, that's unusual. So it probably is a sign. Marissa, if we don't want specific spirits to be with us, are we able to tell them to leave? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can tell them to leave and they'll listen. Yes. Maggie and Gracie, I see my parents' initials on license plates all the time. You saw your dad's 3 days in a row. It's a sign. Absolutely. They allow you to, they move your mind to look at those things. They put you in that path. They'll maybe hold that stoplight an extra second on red before you go, so you see the car that turns in front of you with those initials. Yeah, all of that stuff. All of it. Yep. You are welcome. Oh, Patty Joe, thank you. Okay, let's see. Any other questions before I move on? So make sure you are watching and enjoying my Science Proves Mediumship is Real. Casey. I hope I'm saying that right. My mom died when I was 18. That was 34 years ago. I never see signs. Do spirits move on? They don't. I mean, you could always call them forward towards you. You have to ask her to come close, because it's not that they move on and like move away. I'll show you. I'm a visual person. So we have an oversoul. We have an oversoul. I know it's backwards, but we have an oversoul. Okay. And we can have, I'm just going to do a brief little drawing. We can have a life in 1850, 1902, and 2020. You can have these 3 lives, all the same soul. Okay. So maybe your mom was in this, her soul was in this body, and maybe she's reincarnated in this body. I'm not saying she is. I'm just giving an example. Even if she's reincarnated, only a teeny bit of the soul from this oversoul goes into her body. You can always communicate with the oversoul, even if you want to talk to this iteration of this person or someone from 1,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. The oversoul holds all the information of all the lives. And so you can always communicate with your mom no matter where she is. You just have to call her forward. Call her forward. So you have to start talking to her, start setting your intention, start, if you want at nighttime before you go to bed for 30 seconds or a minute, just say, hey, Mom, I'm really missing you. I could really use your advice, or whatever you want to say to her. Let me see a sign, or show me a monarch butterfly, or show me a blue butterfly, or show me a hummingbird, or show me a lily, or whatever. And signs don't have to be in person. They can be on social media, they can be on TV, they can be on the radio, they can be in a conversation, they can be on a license plate. So you have to start a dialogue with her, communicate with her, and ask her for a sign. Okay? It works. Trust me, I won't go through my snow globe story for the 50th time, but it works. It works, it works. Kristen said, hi, Lily. Hi, Lisa. One of my biggest supporters. I love you, sweetheart. And thank you for the curly hair stuff. I'm going to try it. Kristen says, if there aren't any bad spirits, why do some mediums say not to use spirit boxes? I know zero about spirit boxes. I know absolutely nothing about them except spirits supposedly talk through them. I'm not saying they do or they don't. I have no information about those. So I can't answer that. The only negative spirits aren't really spirits. They're energetic imprints or leftovers from people who did bad things. That's why when you go to a place like Auschwitz to tour, you get that negative feeling. It's not the spirits who are bad, because the people who passed away there weren't bad. They were victims. But you have that energetic imprint of negativity. So I don't know anything about spirit boxes. I don't use any fancy tools or anything. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Somebody else had a question. Jessica, before you speak to spirit, always set your intentions. Yes, absolutely. Oh, no. Don't know what I touched. If anybody watches my lives, they know I'm always touching the wrong thing. Is it, Marissa, is it a hard read, or do they not come through if they were not a good person? No, not at all. I have been on live streams where I have had some pretty seriously terrible people come through, and you have to realize, back to my picture, these people have human garbage, mental problems. The soul does not. Souls are pure, 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 pure love, pure peace, complete, pure, positive energy. There's nothing negative about the soul. People are the messed up ones, because our biological brain, you have to understand, we're animals. We are animals. We are in the animal kingdom. So we have biological urges for doing bad things like animals do that we morally shouldn't do. So, and sometimes there are so many other facets to that, but that's just basically it. But our soul is pure, and because our soul is non-local and it comes into our body, here's the little soul coming into the body and attaching. The body does the bad stuff if you're bad, and the soul is pure. The soul goes right back up into the oversoul and is absolutely pure. So when I get a person who was bad in life communicating as a soul, they're apologizing. And they give details sometimes I don't want to hear, but they're always apologizing, because you have to understand their soul is pure. Their soul isn't the person. The person, our bodies are animals, are biological animals. So those are two separate things. So you have to kind of, it's hard to maybe accept and wrap your mind around that, but that's the truth of it, in my experience. Patty Joe, great question. Do they keep the same personality on the other side? So there will be aspects of the personality that will be the same. There will be, like, if somebody's, sarcastic, they may have a sarcastic tone when they come through to me. They will bring their personality through to me so I can give that as evidence in a reading. And if there's any mediums still on here, that they'll bring the personality through for evidence in a reading. And that means they will retain some of that personality, but it doesn't mean they're exactly the same. Like, I'm really sarcastic. Part of that's a trauma response from my life. I am a person who always wants to find the answer to everything. That's probably true for my spirit as well. Oh, thank you for that. My dogs are my angels. Oh, send a heart me. Thank you. So hello. So yeah, there will be aspects of the personality that is true to your soul, and also aspects of the personality that come through in a reading as evidence. I hope I answered that and didn't make that discombobulated. Does each human form have the same personality? So there will be aspects over time that will be similar. So the person from whatever I said, 1850, 1902, and 2020, they'll have some aspects, but there will be differences because they're going to be born into a different family with different dynamics, different socioeconomic backgrounds, different ethnicities, cultures. Some people may spend 10 lifetimes in China and then say, I want to go to Mexico for 10 lifetimes, or I want to go to South Africa for 10 lifetimes. So there's going to be parts of it will be the same, but it'll vary, nature versus nurture kind of stuff. Hello. Oh no, Catherine, perfect question. It's going to make me cry. Will it be hard to recognize our husband when we cross over? Now, it's sensitive to me because my husband just had cancer surgery, and thankfully he's clear right now. But it was something I did think about a lot over the last couple months. Souls, I have another drawing. Souls are in a soul family. Now, I learned this through my experience as a medium, and I learned this. Thank you. He's cured right now, but he has to go back in 3 months for a checkup. So if you're interested in soul families and things like that, read Dr. Michael Newton, Journey of Souls. Thank you. So we have a soul family where we have our primary soul family. So the people who you are the most close to. Okay. Like, I would be in a soul family with probably my mother, my father, my husband, my kids, like that. Like, you're close, my best friend, the people you're closest to. Then you have a secondary family. So these will be people who aren't the closest to you, but may have been close to you for a period of time. Maybe your cousins you spent, summer holidays with every couple of years, and friends from college that you lost touch with, stuff like that. Example. Then you have your tertiary tertiary means third, your tertiary. So this would be the people who are maybe acquaintances from work in 1995 that you were friends with, but then lost touch with, that type of stuff. And then it goes out further and further. So this is your primary, secondary, tertiary. So this is your soul family. And so you will be born within the same group over and over again in different iterations. And so like, depending on who passes first, me or my husband, you will immediately recognize the energy of that soul. Immediately. There's no thought about it. You just are connected. You just know who it is. You'll know your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, your kids, whoever it is, you'll know immediately who it is without hesitation. Oh, Yolanda. So glad you brought this up. Would we be the same gender in a past life? No, not always. You're going to have, and this is also explained in Journey of Souls by Dr. Michael Newton. You may be dominantly female and have, 100 female lives and have 5 male lives. You may be 50-50. 50% of the time you're a male, 50% of the time you're a female. It just depends on what experience you want, because we plan out our lives before we get here. We plan out like an outline of our lives before we get here. Wonderful question. And I could just talk for like an hour just on that subject about how some of us are born, like I'm a woman, but I've always told my husband I feel more masculine than feminine. So I assure you, I have had lives where I've been a male, for sure, because I feel very masculine and in charge. Like I have to be in charge, and I'm a strong leader, and I feel like just more comfortable around masculine things. And he's like, but you're so feminine. I'm like, I don't feel feminine at all. I feel masculine, like my mind feels masculine. Jane, who is the first person you meet when you cross over? So this varies. So when I do readings, sometimes I'll ask, who greeted you when you died? And I'll literally, in my head, I'll see the person lifting up the other person, like I'll see their arms lifting them up. And sometimes it's grandma, sometimes it's an aunt, a best friend, a spouse, depends. But they'll all be there. So whoever's there in your primary soul family will be there. And if you're the first to pass in this lifetime from your soul family, you'll be greeted by your guides and other members of your soul family that may not have incarnated in this lifetime. Because you don't have to always incarnate. You can, take a break and go learn something. So, great question. Is it true they help you cross over? Yes, absolutely. No one dies alone. Even if you're alone in a cave, buried under rubble, or, in a bomb shelter or whatever, no one dies alone. Once you pass, you are greeted by guides, family members. They're there. You never have to fear dying alone. And there are a lot of people with near-death experiences that say this, who have died and come back to life. They all say the same thing, except for the people who say they have negative experiences, but that's a whole different story. Patty Joe, is that why my husband and I felt such a connection when we met? Yes. So glad you asked that. I'll tell you a story. Where'd it go? So I met my husband. I was on my walkabout in my 20s, going across the country I was in California, went all the way across the country and ended up in Kentucky. Never imagined I'd ever be in Kentucky for any reason, but I was waitressing at a restaurant, and in walks this tall, handsome man with this beautiful smile and these beautiful eyes. And as soon as I saw his eyes, it was like, where have you been? I know you. Like, I've been waiting for you to show up in my life. And that's another thing when you read mediumship books and books about past lives, they say that you have planned when you're going to meet your members of your soul family, and like little I can't remember what they call it, but like little things that signify, oh yeah, that's you. Okay, like I feel like when I saw my husband's eyes, like that was my cue that that was him. And so yep, I love that. That's it. And I have felt that, and I've told him that a million times. He probably thinks I'm crazy, but I mean, it's been 30 years. We must have done something right. Yes, it is a relief to know. It will wake you right up. That's right, Kelly. Yep. Just, oh no, no. Why does it keep doing this? Ending me after an hour. Um, does karma tie to gender? What do you mean, Yolanda? Does karma tie to gender? If I just had to answer that straight out, I'd say karma's karma, no matter what. Do you mean, does it go from one iteration of your life to the next? Marissa, do we stay with our soul family forever, or can we pick and choose? We can change our soul family because some souls will mature faster than others. And actually there's some, funny little anecdotes, I think, in Michael Newton's second book. I have it over there. I can't remember the name of it. Um, but if you, let's say you're in your primary soul family, and let's pretend there's 10 people in it, and 8 of them are like growing at the same rate, their souls growing at the same rate, and 2 aren't. Those 2 can go somewhere else, or you guys can go somewhere into another group. Kind of like a pride of lions, they kind of switch out over time. So yeah, you'll change depending on your soul growth. I don't have any videos on the gender topic, but I can make a video about it. Let me make a note. To remind myself about that. Does your soul family know when we will rejoin them? We know when we'll rejoin. Some people believe, and I kind of feel like this is true from my experience, that we have exit points in our life where we can decide, okay, I made a mistake and I shouldn't have come into this life. It's time to go. When I was 6 months old, I don't remember this, but my family tells me I drowned and my dad had to pull me out and like resuscitate me. Okay, I've heard different versions of that story. I don't know what's true because I don't remember. But I feel like that was, regardless of what the story is, I definitely fell in 6 feet of water as a 6-month-old. So that's bad. Regardless, oh, that scares me thinking about it. Regardless of what the story is, I feel like that was an exit point because I had a lot of trauma after that in my life. And I feel like that was an exit point for me, possibly. So, some mediums say you have 3 exit points, some say you have 5. I think it probably varies person to person. And it's a time when your soul can decide, okay, it's time for me to cross over. If you listen to near-death experiences, they always say they had a choice to come back or stay, or they were told they had to come back. So I think there's some leeway with some of that. So yeah, the soul family will know when the time is. Time there isn't the same as time here. We have linear time. It's a long line. Time there is all at the same time. So they can see everything at the same time. Yes, Kel Casey. Will our dogs be able to speak to us? Yes. So certified medium Kathy is a pet communicator. She's a specialist in that. She does readings with pets all the time. That's her specialty. And yes, I get animals in readings occasionally. Just one day I was giving a reading to a lady and no people showed up, just a bunch of dogs. And I was like, there's like a whole bunch of dogs here. And so I gave her the reading, and no people ever showed up. And she goes, I booked the reading because I wanted to talk to my dogs. And I was like, okay, well, that's good. And she was very happy. Oh no, a bunch of questions loaded. Oh no. Aaron says, I felt someone squeeze my shoulder and rub my shoulder and wake me up right before my uncle passed. Yeah, that happens. It's pretty common. It was him probably saying, hey, it's time. Saying goodbye, letting you know he loved you. Yeah, very common. Jessica, yeah, you can meet family members you never got to meet in the physical form because they're part of your soul family. You can, yes. Like if it's your mom's mom or your mom's grandma, yes. Something, that's just one example. Do they know we are with them as they pass? Yes. I feel that's why my husband and I have such an instant connection. Yes. Lisa says, my dad was asleep the other day, felt someone blow in his face, and woke up to see a woman figure. That's a mediumship visit for sure. That is almost how my mediumship started, except it was in my head and it was clear as a movie. Yep, that's mediumship. Hi, Kelly from Kentucky, and then walk away from him. Yep. Did he recognize her? Could have been a grandma, could have been a mom, could have been an aunt, could have just been somebody who was walking through the house. Likely, it's usually somebody they know. Um, Yolanda, will the loved ones you want greet us, or do we have no option? So, going back to the fact that your soul is pure love, um, when your soul is released from your human body, you will no longer have the anxiety, angst, anger, resentment against the people you don't want to see. It's a completely different perspective. So you definitely will see the people you want to see. Um, and pray on it, meditate on it, put the energy out there who you want to meet with. Yep, Patty Joe. Yeah, so my husband and I's first date, his parents thought it was something different than it was. But there was a snowstorm where we were in Kentucky, and there was a bunch of snow on the ground, and it was like really late, and we couldn't drive. And so we just stayed up all night, literally talking all night long. And so, yeah, it was like we had been friends forever. Exactly. Yep, Catherine, instant. Yep. Oh, Yolanda, do we come back to a certain gender to experience karma as a specific gender? I don't know about that. I don't know if, I mean, I can kind of see the direction you're going. Um, I don't know the exact answer to that. I think anything is possible. Um, I think anything is possible. But I will just be honest, I don't know the answer to that question. It's a very good question. You're welcome, Patty Joe. Jessica. Oh, Jane told Jessica. Yes, yes, yes. Catherine Campbell. When someone takes their own life, is that an exit point? So I would say that that's an exit point of their own making, right? And they probably have so much emotional distress, they just cannot handle this earthly plane anymore. They're just done. They just can't take it anymore. And just to know, for those of you who have loved ones who cross that way at their own hands, there's never a punishment for that. God, source, the collective consciousness, however you define your higher power, if you believe in one, um, would never punish someone who was already hurting. It just doesn't make sense. It's just not logical. So people who believe in a loving God and they are like, oh, you're going to go to hell for doing that. Why would you go to hell if you're hurting? That's counterintuitive to God and what God stands for. Um, so you don't ever have to worry about that. Yes, Yolanda, they'll know. Your loved ones in spirit they'll know basically. Hi, Ashley. Everybody follow Ashley Sorowski Medium. I'm doing good. My sleep's a little off. Um, oh, hi, Kathy. We've been having a wonderful conversation. Oh, Lisa, your stepmom. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Very much. Um, Everyone follow Ashley and certified medium Kathy. Both wonderful mediums. I'm getting tired, as you can tell. I'm slowing down. Christy, just ask him for more signs. Just ask him to come closer and show you more signs, and it'll work. You give it a little time. It's certified medium Kathy. Kathy, say hi because people are asking about pet readings. Kel Casey here, certified medium Kathy. She's right below your comment. She's a wonderful pet communicator. Kelly, I had an ancient astrology soul tie reading done. It explained a lot. Ooh, that's cool. I can't wait to hear about that. You're welcome, Christy. Hi, Donna Marie. Kelly Bradford, does my spirit family protect me in this life, such as from feeling grief? Well, they'll protect you to a certain degree, but feeling grief is something that we have to do. It's part of our soul growth. So nothing can protect us from that. That's just part of what we have to experience. And actually, interesting. And no, my dogs are my angels. No, I don't believe hell is real. I'm working on a big project with my Mars company that I work for. And part of the project we're working on is teaching kids failure and persistence and perseverance. Because if you don't fail, you can't grow. And so we need to experience grief. We need to experience failure. We need to experience sadness. It's part of why our soul grows. We're not just going to come here and, you know, be happy all the time. That's just think about all the people in the world. Nobody's just happy all the time. There's everybody, even if you have $1 billion, everybody has stress. Everybody has things that happen to them. Everybody loses a loved one or a pet or has an accident or has a sickness. Something happens to everyone. So we have to have those experiences. That's why we come here. Oh, good. You're a teacher. Yeah, I was a science educator for 20 years. Now I am a science communicator and I'm a director of education for a Mars organization. So I work on a Humans to Mars advocacy project I do education outreach all across the world. Actually, I'm working with a company in India and in China right now, and the United States all the time, and a big engineering design contest. So that takes a lot of my time. Yeah, I've been my master's degree is astronomy and my bachelor's degree is biology. So astrobiology is my niche, and Mars is probably inhabited with some kind of microbes. So that's why I'm a Mars specialist. Becoming a medium was not on my Nicole bingo card. To college English, yeah, college is so much better than high school, but because I've taught college too, and it still has issues. Basically, give everybody a grade. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Patty Joe. I am, as you can hear, losing my voice and I'm out of halls. I had my last one last night. So you have no idea how much it means to me to get on here and answer your questions and connect with everyone. And I was actually surprised how many questions I got. Thank you, Donna Marie. Because I was planning on doing more readings, but I love answering the questions just as much. Watch my series, Science Proves Mediumship is Real. And yeah, Kelly. And I will be live on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night with the Can Astrologer. She's a tarot reader and an astrologer. Thank you, Yolanda. And I'll be live tomorrow at 6 and then on my Facebook page Monday. So look on my socials have the little placards that tell the times, and I'll be live. I'll be going live a lot in the evenings. So thank you all, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow on YouTube at 6 Eastern. And otherwise, watch the replay. Okay, good night. Mwah. Thank you, honey. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.